their involvement. Today we have Vince PeGan, who is the Regional Vice President of Sales at Attentive. And I think I see Vince right now. Vince, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great.
Excited to
No,
talk SMS. And fun fact, before I joined Attentive, I met the CEO and head of sales at the Insider Summit in Park City, Utah. That's how I met him in the first place. So
is
I
that
owe
right?
media post for this role. So
All right, well,
thank
don't.
you, a belated thank you.
Well, hey, don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Everyone's watching. Um, no, I kid. We appreciate that, and thank you so much for being a part of those events. And we hope to get back to the in person thing because that's where all the magic happens in reality. But today you've got about a 10-minute session, I believe, on SMS marketing strategy and driving more revenue. Is that kind of right?
That's right. That's right. So yeah, let's get down to it. Thanks, John. Again, I'm Vince. Head up part of our sales team here at Attentive. Today, we're going to be talking about how to level up your SMS marketing strategy to drive more revenue. If you don't do SMS yet, that's okay. What I really love about this channel coming from the email world is that we can partner with you from day one to make the channel really easy to start from scratch and make it a top revenue driver for you. So let me just dive in here a little bit and share a little more on Attentive and our story. Today, we work with over 3,000 leading brands in e-commerce, deploying over billions of messages. And really, our goal is to make SMS a top 3 revenue driver for the brands we work with. And what we find is that around 18% of the total revenue driven from the brands we work with was driven through SMS. And as you think more about the platform and what we do, really our goal is to integrate all the data you have about your customers, your subscribers, and make that a part of the channel as well. So today I'm going to be talking about SMS and where it fits in. But just to dive in here, consumers and their expectations, they continue to shift, and brands, they need to adapt how they connect with their current and future customers in meaningful ways. So we're reevaluating the channels and the formats for messaging and striving to implement tools that will help with the customer experience. And top of mind for marketers today, and we hear a lot, is SMS. So let's dive in. Brands make every effort to meet their consumers where they are. On average, what we're seeing is brands use about 5 different channels of communication with customers and prospects, with email and social being the most common, but SMS isn't far behind with 60%. 60% of brands using SMS marketing, and they expect the value to their business to increase. So SMS on the rise and the value on the rise as well. We recently surveyed about 400 US marketers in the retail industry to learn how impactful text messaging has been on their business and how they're leveraging this channel to engage consumers and what they can do. SMS has been a win-win for marketers and their strategies. Again, 60% of marketers say SMS has been very or extremely impactful on their business. So either significantly or overwhelming, increasing revenue generation. So the numbers are there, which is exciting to make the channel a reason to dive in or double down on. And we're also finding most marketers acknowledge that this channel generally perform better or much better than other marketing channels, illustrating why brands are increasing the investment in the channel. And shoppers, they continue to embrace mobile first, as we know, and text messaging is the way that they love to interact with these brands. And really, this explains why, even among marketers who are not currently using text messaging, investment in the channel is top of mind. So we're going to dive into that topic today. But before, let's talk about marketers using SMS and how there's room for improvement. So 51% of marketers say they can do more with SMS to get it to its fullest potential. So really, text messaging is still relatively new for most of the market. And while ROI can be seen almost immediately, many marketers are realizing there's more they can do in this channel, and they're just scratching the surface. And when we break that down, really, what are these strategic challenges? Aligning text messaging with other channels is number one. So marketers want their text messaging strategies to complement their other marketing initiatives, and they're working to align SMS with those other channels. So let's get into that today. But really, what we want to spend most of our time is talking about actionable tips and these top tactical and strategical challenges in order to help you elevate your SMS program. So let's dive in. Uh, Tactics in list growth. So tip number one, consumers are value driven, they're price conscious, which makes incentives an important part of driving subscriber signups. Our survey results show that a dollar off discount on a purchase is the preferred incentive among consumers, followed by percentage off discounts and free gift offers. Discounts and special offers aren't the only way to drive results here, though. Consumers indicated that loyalty and reward points are another way to get their attention. So you got to opt them in, and you got to drive incentive. Tip number two, send based on time and geolocation. So make sure the text channel is providing value, and make sure that the value is known up front. For some shoppers, new and back in stock alerts are important. But illustrating advantages of joining this exclusive community is also important to the way you communicate. So again, text messaging subscribers are likely to be your most loyal, and incentivizing the opt-in is well worth the investment. Tip number three, while it's important to promote SMS on your desktop and mobile site, you also want to make it easy for new subscribers to opt in your program from other channels. So think about SMS, sign up through Instagram stories, text to join, promoting an email and cross-pollinating that way, as well as part of the checkout process itself. So list growth, really, really important for this channel. You need people to talk to in order to drive results. And these are some of the top tips there. All right, let's talk about alignment. So, personalization. So the top pieces here are looking at tip number one. We got to make it work with data on your side. So for every product launch, flash sale, or any other marketing event you're running, you should have a plan for how you want to communicate. Each audience should have a text message that's highly relevant and personalized to their actions, their demographics, and other information. Tip number two, when a text message is delivered and you're using their shopping history as well as their time zone and geographic area, that does a lot to continue to help drive results. So using that geolocation. And then tip number three, consistently evaluate how different elements of your text message resonate with your audience. So within your segments, think about A/B testing and enabling more sophisticated strategies to ensure you're sending impactful messages to your entire subscriber base. So again, thinking about personalization, breaking it down, behavioral, time zone, and A/B testing. And then last, let's talk about alignment, integrating with your current text messaging stack. So what we want to do is make sure that SMS is orchestrating. It doesn't need to orchestrate in order to drive really great results. But with that said, we want to make sure that SMS is working to complement your other channels so that you can optimize your overall performance. Not only will that support consistent cross-channel messaging, but it'll empower consumers to interact with your brand in the way they want. So give them the choice of how they want to be communicated with, and use that channel preference in order to communicate effectively. Okay, so tip number two, consider your unique strengths of SMS compared to other channels. So as an example, for customers who don't always open and read emails as quickly as they do text messages, email can be a really great place for less time sensitive content, more long form content that needs more time to digest. Whereas the instantaneous nature of text messaging makes it really an effective channel for spurring immediate action. People tend to read their text messages very quickly. There's a stat that 90% get read within the first 3 minutes. So keep your messaging succinct and actionable, as this is a channel that gets consumed very quickly. All right, last tip number three, consumers don't limit themselves to one channel or one device. They use different combinations to seek out different things. So think about aligning SMS with other marketing channels. Don't make it a question of this or that. You should really be leveraging multiple channels in order to drive the customer conversation. So again, alignment is really important. Integrate across your marketing stack. Consider the unique strengths of SMS, and from there, you really want to make the approach complementary. So hopefully that was helpful as some quick tips here. Just to talk about what's next, there are a few resources I want to point everyone here today to. If you want more information or to schedule a deep dive into SMS, you can email me or our events at Attentive Mobile. I also wanted to point you to our 2021 State of Text Message Marketing. So if you pull out your phone here and scan this QR code, you will be able to get that report immediately on the other side. So again, hopefully you took a few ideas out of this on how to elevate your SMS marketing campaigns. And if you want to continue the conversation, we'd love to on our side.
All right, Vince, man, awesome, and coming in right on time as well. That's something that's really hard to do.
17 seconds to spare.
You were watching. That's amazing. Hey, that's great. So everyone note the events at attentivemobile.com. And that's the best way to reach out to you if they have questions for your presentation here.
Yep. I'll also put my personal email address here in the chat as well if they want to reach me directly.
Sure. Excellent. Excellent. Well, great, man. Well, hey, thanks so much for taking time to do this. It was great.